Hello everyone, today's video is not about 3 unsettling videos in a rabbit hole. Instead, it is about an individual that has been banned 3 times off of this platform but keeps coming back under the same moniker. Because in Google's infinite wisdom, you can keep creating many Google accounts and keep just creating the same channel over and over again. Burns Show did that and is now back making the same CP content he uploaded onto YouTube. But today we're not talking about Burns Show. We're talking about a notorious zoophile, Aluzky. Before we get into the individual's sick and depraved behavior towards animals, let's talk about his personality. Judging from his channel's description, or multiple descriptions considering he's had multiple channels over the years and been banned, he considers himself a proud zoo and vegan activist. He debates, educates, and ridicules the zoophobes and bigots. He's very stoic and introverted. I'm very intelligent. My morality code is utilitarianism. I enjoy gaming, dogs, manga. Trying to come off when you advertise yourself as the average Joe, but also call yourself extremely intelligent without being humble at all. It's a classic case of narcissism, meaning they think very highly of themselves, and they lack empathy for others. And by lacking empathy, I mean the animals that he includes in his videos. He clearly lacks empathy for them and simply sees them as an object used for his own personal pleasure, and usually films these dogs doing their act forcibly because he's there pushing them around with his hands, trying to get them to do this, not naturally. And he always does it in a way where it's under the mask of educational, and that gives him reasoning for shooting this kind of stuff. It's one thing to make an educational video about how dogs breed. It's maybe under that guise that he reduces the heat on him from many other animal activists who truly care for animal well-being, and others that see him as the sick, depraved individual that he is. You see what I'm getting at here? When you make multiple videos of the same shit over and over again, it really feels like you're producing smut. It's not educational and that's the end of it. There are constant flows of these videos of dogs breeding, including him touching them and touching their genital area. And it's with this kind of content that he contradicts himself multiple times from what he stands for according to his description of himself and his channel. It's also worth noting that when people pride themselves on their own personality and their intelligence, it means they have very low self-esteem and they're generally more insecure about themselves than the rest of them. And they constantly feel the need to complain about others to appear better than them. This is evident by the way he responds to certain comments on his videos. Rather than respond in a calm and cool manner of subject, he responds with defensiveness, especially in the in-heat videos that he makes, where it's pretty obvious that there's a romantic, sexual manner to these videos, and it's not done for educational purposes on dog breeding behavior. This was in a response to a camera angle from one of his in-heat videos where he completely zoomed in on the genitalia of the dog. Now keep in mind, there's no voiceover with this. There is no explanation or paragraph explaining what's going on to make it somewhat educational in any, at the bare minimum sense. Instead, he responds with, "My wife is not an it. She's a living being and not an object. Please address her with the proper pronoun, that being her." And I put the cam close to record all the action to show how dogs communicate consent to sex. In the video, you could see both the male and the female agreeing to sex. Obviously, I didn't let them mate as I don't want her to be pregnant with the wrong breed. The first paragraph of this comment, response back to a person who had a genuine question, is complete hostility. Hostility in a sense where it was just naivete on the person who made the comment and as a question. And his first decision is to jump up and scream at them before explaining himself as his defense, as his guise. He goes on the offense, then jumps back to defense. I also should be quick to point out that this is him now. The content he used to make back then on his other 3 channels that were banned simultaneously were even more disturbing and really displayed his actual genuine goals for his channel and his also real behavior underneath that guise of educational and intelligence.